Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ashton and today I'm going to be talking about my pull day for my bodybuilding journey. This is episode 3 of a continuous series on my channel, so please have a look at the previous episodes if you haven't already and stay tuned for the ones coming in the future. I usually have 2 pull days a week, one on a Tuesday and one on a Friday. However, today is just going to be focusing on one on a Tuesday. The difference between the two is the exercises that I do. On a Tuesday, I'll do different exercises than I'll do on a Friday. But that's okay, because like I said, this is a series. So that video will be on the channel soon. Not yet, but soon. So don't worry, you can watch both pull days. Please do.
But what the hell, boy?
Without any further ado, let's get into the video. The first exercise that I'll do on this pull day is a pull-up. Yes, I know, a pull-up. Wow, nothing very cool, pretty unoriginal. What else is there to say about it? In my opinion, that was all wrong. And the pull-up is one of the best exercises that you can be doing in your program if you're not already. Although it's more calisthenics based, i.e. body weight based, than it is bodybuilding, it can be used in a bodybuilding program to promote strength as well as muscle gain. It's one of the core strength values that you will need if you're trying to build a really strong and muscular physique. Imagine you're hanging off a cliff and you have your best friend or your family member, your wife, your husband, whatever, hanging below you. You're going to have to be able to pull up to get them up there. So that's why you really want to be training for, that's what we're all training for. But jokes aside, this always gives me a fantastic back pump, especially in my lats. I find that it's quite easy to progressive overload because you can have a weight belt or a weighted vest if you're fancy enough to have a weighted vest. And I find that it's just so easy to access as well because everywhere has a pull-up bar, or you can hang from railings or whatever if you really want to make a makeshift gym. So everything works in that regard. Now, it might be more difficult to get started on pull-ups than it is on other exercises because there's that barrier to entry where you sort of need to be able to do one. But in my opinion, just go for the assisted pull-up machine or resistance band pull-ups or negative pull-ups. Either or works as a progression to get you into it. And once you can do a few, then you can really start to train them. That's personally how I did it, and I progressed up. But after I've smashed some pull-ups, I'll move on to a close grip lat pull down on the cable machine. For me, I prefer using a cable machine as it allows me to have constant tension throughout the whole movement, and it also allows me to get a really deep stretch in my back, especially my lats. And if you can't tell by now, this is sort of a lat focused pull day, whereas my other pull day is more focused on my other parts of my back rather than just the lats. I can really feel my lats being pulled apart on this exercise in the eccentric portion of the motion. But on the concentric, you want to fire that weight down fast to your chest. You still want to be controlled and you still want to be, smart about your lifting. But once you get that weight down, you want to hold for a second and just let it back up. Make sure to adjust the machine to your needs, i.e. height pad, knee pad, and also the weight, obviously. You also want to pick an attachment that works best for you. I like the attachment that I'm using in this video because it's like one that's easy for me to grip. So I like that. It feels nice. I use that. I get a good pump. What isn't to like? That is the second exercise that I'll do for my back, and by this point my back is exploding. So the final exercise that I'll do for that back volume is a close grip lat row, again on a cable machine because I like that tension. So what's really important to note on this exercise is that you want to make sure that your back is straight but yet leaning forward and backwards with the weight as you go. Not cheating the reps. It helps me get a better contraction in my lats and it helps me feel like I'm pulling and moving the weight better. It also means that you can take advantage of the lat strength curve so that you can output more force and lift more weight and get better gains. With all these exercises, by the way, quick disclaimer that I forgot to mention, you want to make sure that you're training where you're at complete muscular failure, i.e. you cannot complete another rep. Either that or you want to make sure you're very close to there with about 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. Some people say they train to failure, but then they haven't actually trained to failure, so they don't know what failure is like. I'm not saying that's you. I trust that's not you, but training to failure does help, and I would recommend. Also, partial reps, they're fantastic, where you're at failure, but then you keep going with the sort of half reps, so to say. But that's my back boxed off, and now I'm going to go and finish my rear delts off. Also, do a little bit of upper trap work with face pulls. The first time I ever seen face pulls, I thought that they looked very funny, very ridiculous. I was like, I would never do those. Those don't seem to work. And then the first time I did them, I discredited everything I previously said and went, wow, these are phenomenal. I would highly recommend face pulls to anybody to put in their program. And if you haven't already, I would highly recommend that you put them in there. Not only are they fantastic for your traps and your upper traps, they're great to finish off your rear delts and really round out your shoulders. A lot of people struggle with their rear delts, but for me, this exercise has really helped me grow them to sort of fill in the rest of my shoulder. And if you want that boulder shoulder look, then it's definitely important that you do these. I like to sit on the floor. Yes, the floor, because I'm weird, but it also does make you get a better pump from that, and it does hit your muscles better. So sit on the floor, please. Thank you. When we get on the floor, we get the rope attachment. We attach it, suitable weight. Again, 3 sets, 8 to 12, whatever suits you. And that's traps, shoulders, if you want to call that shoulders, and back rounded off. And now the only thing that's left is biceps. And for biceps, I'll do 2 separate exercises. For the first exercise, I'll do a machine curl, sort of like a preacher curl, but slightly different. I'll rock up to the machine, whack on a suitable weight, sit down, adjust the pads to my needs, and then get going with some curls. It's only quite recent in my gym, and I'm not sure how many gyms would have it. I've been to a few and I've only seen it a couple times, so it might be quite a niche machine. But for me, it works, and if you have it, I would highly recommend you use it. If not, a standard preacher curl is absolutely fine. But after that, I'll go and do some hammer curls, / normal curls, / cheat curls, / I sort of mix everything in because it helps me get a better pump. I'll start it with a hammer curl and sort of change it to a normal curl halfway throughout, making sure not to bend my wrists while I'm curling, because then you're engaging your forearms rather than your biceps, and you're trying to hit your biceps, so it doesn't make sense. But yes, you want to keep that wrist locked, you want to do a curl, and you want to think about rotating your pinky finger in towards your bicep while you're doing it to get the most out of your curls. Trust me, before I tried this, I thought it sounded silly. I tried it and I love it. You will too. Pick a weight that feels comfortable for you, grab it, start curling it. It's that simple. I know form might not be the best to start with, but once you get experienced and you do it for long enough, you can pick up things. Especially if you want to watch one of my last videos, I can show you how to get started in the gym if you're a beginner. Remember as well that this is just my workout. It's stuff that works for me. All of it might not work for you. Mix and match, and please let me know in the comments if you've taken anything away from this video, learned something, whatever. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.